Do you constantly worry about the excruciating pain of kidney stones returning, feeling like you're walking on eggshells with every meal? Many people mistakenly believe they must give up all healthy foods to avoid these painful episodes. But the good news is, you don't have to eliminate good nutrition entirely. This article reveals the top 5 foods most closely linked to oxalate-related kidney stone formation and provides practical advice for maintaining a balanced diet, helping you enjoy food without fear. Number 1. Spinach. Spinach, often hailed as a superfood, is indeed packed with vitamins and minerals, but it also contains one of the highest concentrations of oxalates among common vegetables. A single cup of raw spinach can contain anywhere from 600 to 750 milligrams of oxalates, a significant amount that can contribute to stone formation in susceptible individuals. For those managing kidney stone risk, this makes raw spinach a primary concern. While spinach offers incredible nutritional benefits, including ample vitamin K for bone health, vitamin A for vision, and iron for energy, its high oxalate content presents a notable risk. For individuals prone to calcium oxalate kidney stones, consuming large quantities of raw spinach regularly can significantly increase the likelihood of stone recurrence. Balancing these benefits against the potential for stone formation is crucial for kidney health. The mechanism behind spinach's contribution to kidney stones is straightforward. When oxalates from food enter the digestive system, they bind with calcium. If this binding happens in the intestines, the calcium oxalate can be excreted, preventing absorption into the bloodstream. However, if excess oxalate is absorbed, it travels to the kidneys, where it can combine with calcium in the urine to form crystals, which then aggregate into stones. Spinach's high oxalate load means more of this substance is available for absorption. For those who love spinach but are prone to stones, moderation is key, and preparation methods matter. Cooking spinach, particularly by boiling, can significantly reduce its oxalate content, as oxalates are water-soluble and leach into the cooking water. Draining this water away helps to lower the overall oxalate load. Pairing spinach with calcium-rich foods like cheese or yogurt can also help bind oxalates in the gut, reducing their absorption. Now, let's explore another seemingly healthy food that might be a hidden source of oxalates. Number 2. Soy products. Soy products, staples in many plant-based diets, come in various forms, including tofu, tempeh, edamame, and soy milk, each offering unique textures and nutritional profiles. While celebrated for their high protein content and versatility, soy can also be a source of oxalates, though levels can vary widely depending on the type and processing. Understanding these differences is essential for informed dietary choices. The oxalate levels in soy products are generally moderate compared to some other high oxalate foods, but they can still contribute to your daily intake. For instance, a half-cup serving of firm tofu might contain around 50 to 100 milligrams of oxalates, while soy milk typically has lower levels. However, if consumed frequently and in large quantities, especially alongside other oxalate-rich foods, soy products can collectively increase the risk for stone formers. Soy plays a significant role in plant-based diets, serving as an excellent source of complete protein, fiber, and essential minerals. For individuals seeking alternatives to animal protein or managing specific health conditions, soy products offer numerous benefits. Their widespread use underscores the importance of understanding their oxalate content, particularly for those with a predisposition to kidney stones, without demonizing an otherwise nutritious food group. To consume soy with minimal kidney stone risk, consider moderating your intake and diversifying your protein sources. Opting for fermented soy products like tempeh or miso may also be beneficial, as fermentation processes can sometimes reduce oxalate levels. As with spinach, ensuring adequate calcium intake through dairy or calcium-fortified alternatives when consuming soy can help bind oxalates in the gut, thereby reducing their absorption and potential impact on kidney health. But let's not forget about a popular snack that might also be contributing to the problem. Number 3, almonds. Almonds are widely praised for their heart-healthy fats, protein, and fiber, making them a popular snack and a valuable ingredient in many diets. However, these nutrient-dense nuts are also relatively high in oxalates, a fact that often surprises those focused solely on their beneficial properties. This dual nature means that while almonds offer significant health advantages, their consumption needs careful consideration for individuals prone to kidney stones. A typical serving of almonds, which is about 1 ounce or 23 whole almonds, can contain approximately 122 milligrams of oxalates. When compared to other nuts, almonds stand out as having one of the highest oxalate contents. For example, peanuts have significantly less, and walnuts are even lower. This distinction is crucial for individuals who frequently consume nuts as part of their daily routine, highlighting why almonds might contribute more to oxalate load than other nut varieties. Nutritionally, almonds are a powerhouse, providing vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy monounsaturated fats, all of which support overall health, including cardiovascular well-being. The downside, of course, is their oxalate concentration. For kidney stone sufferers, the pros and cons must be weighed carefully, emphasizing that while they are beneficial, excessive consumption can counteract efforts to prevent stone formation. For safe consumption, especially if you are at risk for kidney stones, moderation is key. Instead of consuming large handfuls daily, consider limiting your intake to a smaller portion or rotating almonds with lower oxalate nut options like walnuts or pecans. Soaking or blanching almonds can slightly reduce their oxalate content, though not as effectively as with some vegetables. Always remember to stay well hydrated when consuming nuts, as adequate fluid intake aids in flushing the kidneys. Next, we turn our attention to a beloved carbohydrate that might also be part of the problem. Number 4, potatoes. Potatoes are a staple food worldwide, cherished for their versatility, affordability, and comforting taste. While they offer a good source of potassium, vitamin C, and complex carbohydrates, their oxalate content is an important consideration for kidney stone formers. Interestingly, the concentration of oxalates in potatoes is not uniform throughout the tuber, with significant differences between the skin and the flesh. The skin of a potato contains a much higher concentration of oxalates compared to its starchy interior. While the flesh still contains oxalates, the majority are found just beneath the surface and in the peel. This means that consuming potatoes with the skin on, as is common with baked potatoes or potato wedges, will contribute more significantly to daily oxalate intake than consuming peeled potatoes. This distinction offers a simple way to modify consumption for those at risk. Potatoes can contribute to daily oxalate intake, especially if consumed frequently and in large portions. For individuals prone to kidney stones, including potatoes in every meal, particularly unpeeled, could lead to a cumulative oxalate load that exacerbates their risk. It's about understanding that even common, seemingly harmless foods can become problematic when consumed in excess by susceptible individuals. To balance potato consumption, particularly for those at risk, consider peeling potatoes before cooking to reduce oxalate exposure. Boiling potatoes can also help, as some water-soluble oxalates will leach into the cooking water, which should then be discarded. Opting for smaller portions and not making potatoes an everyday staple can also help manage your overall oxalate intake, ensuring you can still enjoy them without undue worry. Now, let's talk about a vibrant root vegetable that can also be a hidden source of oxalates. Number 5, beets. Beets, known for their earthy flavor and striking color, are celebrated for their rich nutrient profile, including folate, manganese, and potassium, as well as their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. However, despite their many health benefits, Beets are also recognized as one of the vegetables with a very high oxalate content, making them a significant consideration for individuals managing kidney stone risk. The oxalate levels in beets can be quite substantial, with a half-cup serving of cooked beets potentially containing over 100 milligrams of oxalates. These levels can vary depending on whether the beets are consumed raw, cooked, or as juice, with raw beets and beet greens generally having the highest concentrations. Even beet juice, often consumed for its purported health benefits, can deliver a concentrated dose of oxalates, posing a particular risk for stone formers. Beets offer impressive health benefits, from supporting cardiovascular health by lowering blood pressure to aiding in detoxification processes. Their unique betalain pigments also act as powerful antioxidants. Yet, for individuals susceptible to calcium, oxalate kidney stones, the consumption of beets, especially in larger quantities or juice form, needs careful consideration due to the potential for increasing stone formation. To safely include beets in your diet while minimizing kidney stone risk, moderation is crucial. Boiling beets and discarding the cooking water can help reduce their oxalate content, similar to spinach, as oxalates are water-soluble. Pairing beets with calcium-rich foods can also help bind the oxalates in the digestive tract, preventing them from being absorbed into the bloodstream. Consider enjoying beets occasionally rather than daily, and always prioritize hydration. As we finish our top 5, it's worth noting that many other foods also contain oxalates. Other high oxalate foods, honorable mentions. While we've focused on the top 5, many other foods also contain significant levels of oxalates and should be consumed with awareness by those prone to kidney stones. Honorable mentions include rhubarb, a very high oxalate food often found in desserts, as well as navy beans, raspberries, and dates. Chocolate, especially dark chocolate, and certain teas, particularly black tea, also contain notable amounts of oxalates that can contribute to your daily intake. The key to managing your diet when prone to kidney stones is not necessarily to eliminate all oxalate-containing foods, which would be extremely difficult and nutritionally restrictive. Instead, focus on rotating your intake of high oxalate foods and moderating portion sizes. By varying your diet and not relying too heavily on any single food, you can help keep your overall oxalate load in check while still enjoying a wide array of nutritious options. What are oxalates, and how do they cause kidney stones? Oxalates are natural compounds found in many plants, and they are also produced as a waste product in the human body. When you consume foods high in oxalates, these compounds can bind with minerals, particularly calcium, in your digestive tract and kidneys. This interaction is central to the formation of the most common type of kidney stone. The process of kidney stone formation begins when oxalates and calcium combine in the urine, forming calcium oxalate crystals. If the urine is too concentrated, or if there's an imbalance of these substances, these tiny crystals can clump together, growing larger over time to form stones. These stones can range from the size of a grain of sand to that of a pebble, and sometimes much larger. Individual risk factors significantly influence who develops kidney stones. Genetics play a role, as does a history of dehydration, certain medical conditions like inflammatory bowel disease, and diets consistently high in oxalates. Understanding your personal risk helps in tailoring a preventative approach to your diet and lifestyle. Dietary tips to lower kidney stone risk. One of the most effective dietary strategies to lower kidney stone risk involves pairing high oxalate foods with calcium-rich foods. When calcium and oxalate are consumed together, they are more likely to bind in the intestines rather than in the kidneys. This binding creates an insoluble compound that is then safely eliminated through bowel movements, reducing the amount of oxalate absorbed into the bloodstream and ultimately lessening the burden on your kidneys. Beyond specific food pairings, maintaining excellent hydration is paramount for general kidney stone prevention. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day helps dilute the urine, making it less likely for crystals to form and clump together. Aim for clear or pale yellow urine as an indicator of adequate hydration. Other general stone prevention advice includes limiting sodium intake, which can increase calcium excretion, and moderating animal protein. When focusing on a low oxalate diet, prefer foods like white rice, pasta, eggs, lean meats, most fruits, excluding berries like raspberries, and lower oxalate vegetables such as cabbage, cauliflower, and mushrooms. These foods allow you to maintain a varied and nutritious diet without significantly contributing to your oxalate load. High oxalate foods can pose genuine risks for those prone to kidney stones, but moderation and smart dietary combinations make management feasible. By understanding your triggers, you can enjoy a varied diet and protect your kidney health. Remember, knowledge about what you eat empowers you to make healthier choices every day. If you found this information helpful, please share it with friends or family who may benefit. Subscribe for more science-based nutrition insights, and comment below if you have questions or your own experience managing kidney stones. Your participation helps build a healthier community.